Good morning, YouTube. It's Dalton with Inland Angling. As you can see behind me, I have an absolutely pristine late summer day. It's going to be about 74 today, light and variable wind most of the day. However, it is Labor Day, so the lake is quite busy. So the goal for the day is to avoid the general masses and just enjoy the day. I really don't have a specific target of fish that I want to go after today. We're just going to come out and try to enjoy the day. I did bring the stuff for a shore lunch, so that is on the table. Hopefully we can get a couple fish and knock that out. Stick with me. Let's see what happens. Here we go. All right. First fish of the day here. Let's see what we got. It doesn't feel terribly small. Oh yeah. Could be a nice crappie to start the day. All right. We'll take that. All right, beautiful fish here. There we go. Good way to start the day. Probably a 10.5 inch crappie. He's a little too big for the old shore lunch. We'll get him back. There we go. There's another one. Okay. Well, we might be onto a little something here. That is our second fish of the day. And he is actually probably the perfect size for the old shore lunch. Probably a 8-incher, decent crop. He was pretty aggressive. That's 2 in a row, so we're gonna throw him in the box and he'll be lunch. There we go. What do we got here? Another nice little crappie. Oh, I think that might be our second lunch fish. It's perfect. Let's see, he is, oh yeah, 9 inches. There we go. Second fish for shore lunch here. That should be all I need. There we go. That's going to be a better one. Okay. Well, we've locked in our shore lunch deal, so let's try to go after some bigger girls here. This one's a little bit better. Definitely a step above from what we just had. Oh yeah, that is on a 2-inch Kalins little tickle tail, actually. Another killer little swim bait for fishing these crappies, and that is on a 16th ounce head. Yeah, just a 11-incher, but beautiful fish. Looky there. Gorgeous. Let's get him back. Do it again. Oh, I just can't help myself. Whoop. Jeez. Oh, man. Oh, it's just too much fun. This is what it's all about here. Is this going to be a better one? Oh, he's angry. Oh, yeah. Big old pie plate. Ooh. A 5-foot ultralight, just giving it a workout. Beautiful bluegills there. Ah, these fish are just gorgeous. Get nice and colored up this time of year. Here we go. Yep, we got him. Jeez. That's about all this rod's gonna handle here. Another big one. Holy smokes. Get him in the boat. Another important thing when you're just beating up on these gills is to not set the rod down. A lot of times they're pretty willing and they just slurp it right up. The less of them you gut hook, the more that survive. Boy, it's just every cast in there. Holy smokes. All right. Wow, they're just all high quality. Jeez. Oh, I'm not gonna complain about this at all. These are some great fish. I've mentioned in my previous videos, but I do like to run an upsized hook for these gills just so less of them get hooked poorly. Look at him. Beautiful fish. Let's get him back. There we go. That should be right on the money. Sure is. Wow. Look at him. It's really colored up. Pop them off there, show them off quick, and let's let them go. Wow. Of course, I have a file corrupt on pretty much the biggest gill of the day. Let's throw him on the bump quick. Okay, he's 9.5. Beautiful fish. Look at him. Tall, gorgeous, perky. Ooh, let's get him back. Oh, jeez. Ooh. Well, this one's fighting good. Come on, buddy. Last one was 9.5. Let's see if we can bust that 10 mark. Ooh, I don't know if we'll do it on this one. Whoa. Jeez, just some pie plates though. I mean, bigger than your hand. Big bluegills. Tons of fun here. Just having a blast. Beautiful gills. Let's get them back. All right, you guys, we put the smack down on some big bluegills and a couple crappies. I did keep 2 crappies. I got them in the live well right now. It's noon. I think it's time we pull up to one of these campsites on one of these mini islands and have ourselves a little shore lunch. I've never done it on the channel before, but today is the first. That's what's so great about living up here in the Northwoods is if the walleyes aren't playing, usually the panfish are pretty easy pickings this time of year. So let's get after it. I'll see you guys on land. And I'm just gonna bleed these guys out real quick, just dispatch them. A lot of times here I like to go in right through the gill and it's just a simple cut down. You can see the blood coming out there. It's one down, do the other one quick, in through the gill and straight down. Oh yeah, that'll do. Give them a minute here, keep them cool in the water, and we'll have lunch soon. All right, get everything set up here. Took my remote off quick. Got my handy dandy little cooker. Little LP tank. Screw my LP tank onto my little cooker here. Make sure it's tight. Throw it in the base. This base has little arms that kick out just as act as stabilizers here, which is helpful, especially if it's windy. Today, we're lucky we don't have hardly any wind, but there we go. She is stable. She's secure. All right. Taking our little box of goodies. Bust out our cast iron pan here. Beautiful. Oh yeah. I'm sure you guys already know how to clean fish, but I will demonstrate my way of doing it here. I like to start on this side. This is my worst side. I find it's easier to start with my worst side. Come in right behind the head there. Get down to the backbone. And I'm just gonna follow this backbone down. Pro tip is bump boards work as really good cutting boards. And I don't catch muskies anymore because I'm a loser, so it doesn't see a whole lot of use nowadays. Come down the back there. Follow this backbone down. Around the rib cage. Keep working it down, keep working it down. Try to get as much of that belly meat as you want. And there we go. There's one whole slab. One side, flip her around, do the other. I like to go under this bottom fin. Get a nice cut up there. Try and get far up here to the head to get some of that head meat that comes up a ways. Same thing, I'm just gonna follow this backbone down. Once you get to about the anal vent, it's gonna release. You'll feel a lot less tension on your knife there. And at that point, you can just kind of angle down and zip her through. I get in here on the spine. Again, that downward pressure like that, facing downward to scrape as much of that meat off of here as you can. And I'm just working it around. Working it around them ribs. Get a lot of that belly meat down there. Zip her off, and there you go. Something to look out for here is, depending how you do filleting them, sometimes on panfish there's this slight row of pin bones, and my grandpa always called it pant legging, where you take this fine little strip here, and sometimes you can feel it, sometimes you can't. I always like to knock that out too. I don't really care for getting any bones, and that's a very marginal waste. Most of the time they fry out, but sometimes they don't. Like this one, you can see is a little worse, and I can feel them right there. I don't know if you can hear it ticking on my knife, but right there. So come down, and you can make like a V almost to waste even less, because it's just that small little strip there. There we go, perfect. In the meantime, we will get our fish going. We got our fish cleaned in a bag. It is pretty warm today, so I'm gonna get these bad boys started as quick as possible. I am gonna be running some Frank's Red Hot. This stuff is awesome as a binder. It's just so easy to keep when you're on the go like this, and you don't have to worry about eggs or anything going bad. You can just use water, but I'm just gonna do a tiny little bit of Frank's here. Just enough to kind of get everything wet. It's only 2 crappies, it's just me, so 2 crappies, that's plenty for fish tacos. That's the good part about fish tacos, is you just don't need a lot of fish. All right, that part's done. All right, for batter, I don't have the box because this was already a used bag, but this is actually Zatarain's Southern Crispy. This is the stuff my buddy turned me on to this, and it is by far my favorite. I think I'm gonna actually hold off on battering the fish up. You don't want to add your batter to your fish too soon. So if your oil's not ready, it's gonna turn into a goopy, sloppy mess. So we're gonna wait here till our oil gets going. All right, for sides, we are rocking the Ortega taco sauce. We got some tortilla shells. You know we're from Wisconsin. There's no meal that's gonna be complete without some Sargento sharp cheddar. And then for a side, we got some dots. Dig in. All right, you guys, fish turned out great. Let's assemble and let's chow down. Starting out with a tortilla, usually 1 to 2 pieces of fish. I'm gonna do 2 pieces of fish. That's a pretty good sized taco right there. And we're just gonna keep it simple. You know, I feel like guys overcomplicate fish tacos a lot of times, and then they end up with the fish just not being the star of the show. And I really feel like it should. I do run a little bit of taco sauce. I do enjoy it, so that's my personal preference. Right there, get some cheese on there. I would have a little bit of lettuce normally, but when I went to the store this morning, I forgot it. So we are gonna make do without. Here we go. One bite, everybody knows the rules. Oh yeah. Very, very hot, but you just can't beat fresh fish, and it doesn't get any fresher than this. I literally caught those fish right out here. So number 1 taco is incredible. We are going in for number 2. Oh man, there's just nothing better than fresh fish, and just coming out here and catching it yourself and frying it up on the spot and having it for lunch is just great. I mean, look at that. Look at it. Oh, incredible. Remember, you guys, if you are gonna do this, always leave the campsites the way you found them. Pick up all your garbage. All right, lunch was absolutely fantastic. Let's get back after it. Oh yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Well, this is gonna be a better one here, I think. Scrappy. Okay. There we go. Just another one. Man, you could literally sit here all day long and just catch these big old bluegills. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna be totally transparent here. I hit about 5 or 6 other spots after the old shore lunch, and I didn't catch anything. Came back to the old trusty dusty bluegill hole, and they're still there. Oh boy, it's just as fast as it can get down there. One after another. We are still just beating up on them. Too much fun. I call it a day pretty quick here. Some nice big gills though, beauties. Let's get them, let them go. That's gonna wrap up the day, you guys. Overall, it was a beautiful day on the water. Time well spent. I didn't really hammer the fish. Yes, I did catch quite a few bluegills and a couple crappies. Enough for shore lunch anyway. That was the main goal. The goal of the day was shore lunch, and we succeeded with that. That was a lot of fun. If you guys did enjoy that kind of content, be sure to leave a comment down below and just tell me you enjoyed it, and I'll be sure to do more of it. As always, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. Until then, we'll see you next time.